Got him. Look, real hip-hop revealed that it fixed. Pure, you can feel it in the mix. Finally something pushing the culture forward, this is it. Proceed at your own risk. Got him. Beats, bars, and life, giving them truth in it. Screaming revolution when only a few minutes. My sentiments exactly everything that we do clutch. Another reason to turn the volume up. Sheesh, know what we stand on. Solid ground we land. Say it's no use, the culture is out of hand. But now out of reach, we gotta stick to the plan. Dark days put the sunshine in it. Good news, I'm proof that it's living. Yeah, revolving the art, the shotgun with it. Keeping the beats on the block, don't miss it. Welcome
to the city, stand up. James left, but the king still reigns here. No tears, no love lost, no rain here. Delivers, I promise, Santa rain here. Love for the city still resides here. Fix for your ailment, faith that resides outside the lines. Detox your mind, cause it matters. Art outside the box, we paint better. The fix is in, and we rock a channel. We rock with them for what's deep within. Expose those who talk but don't live. Expose those who talk but don't live. Take offense, judge by the fruit from the tree. But if the fruit tastes like the streets, and money is the fruit that they speak, so tell me whose face do they seek? Repeat, take offense, judge by the fruit from the tree. But if the fruit tastes like the streets, and money is the fruit that they seek, so tell me whose face do they seek?
Yes, sir. You're now tuned into The Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. I go by the name of DJ Focus. Squad in here with me. What's up, Rico Squad?
What's good, sir? How you doing?
Man, all is well, man. How you doing today, man?
I'm blessed, not stressed, and I'm loving it.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Definitely Tierra Carly is off today. She will be joining us again back next week. So yeah, get ready for T to come back, because you know when she come back, she's always on fire too as well. You know, she can't take no day off, man. She come back on fire. We have to tell her to stop talking. So y'all pray for Tierra Carly, man. But we definitely praying for our sis. Once again, you're tuned into The Fixx. And of course, our mission here is to expose the culture to positive but relevant music that keeps Jesus Christ at the center of the message. And you know, we got another hot show again for y'all today. Listen, we got a hot interview today, don't we, Rico Suave?
Yeah, we got none other than Atina Fareed Cook, aka AI the Anomaly. All in case y'all don't know what AI stand for. All in.
Yes, from God over money. So we definitely looking forward to that interview. So you definitely want to keep it locked. And of course, we got all the latest and greatest in Faith Infused and CHH news coming up too as well. We got some new projects coming up. We got some tours that have already started for this new year, getting ready to launch coming up in the next couple of months. We're excited because we're actually partnering with a few different people, and we're going to host some concerts here in Cleveland, Ohio, too, as well. So y'all want to keep it locked for that info. We're going to get that up, later in the show. But y'all know how we do it. We start off the show the right way. Of course, you know, our mission is to expose the culture to positive but relevant music that keeps Jesus Christ at the center of the message. Let's get into some music, and we'll be right back. We're going to start it off with Toasting, man. Shouts out to the homie Toasting down in H-Town with Weed for Weed. And we got our Legal Hustle segment coming up too as well. So keep it locked. You're tuned into The Fixx.
The Fixx is in. Yes, sir.
I'm so hungry, gotta get it, you can see it in my eyes. So when he blessed me in that season, it should come as no surprise. No hard feelings, folks, I had to leave behind. Dip it when that road get bumpy, come around when you arrive. Ain't too many that could ride with me, cause this vision is bigger than what my eyes can see. Understand I'll never be where you want me to be, but if you down with all the smoke, then it's weed for weed. Always got their hand out, get a bag and now they can't share. I ain't from the ghetto, but I'm protected by them angels. God deliver me, take these chips off my shoulder. Crossed by my kin and now I gotta watch my own blood. Every day I'm playing sermons, steady begging for discernment. God showers me with these blessings, still I feel like I ain't earned it. You may think that I'm crazy when you see the way I move, so I don't judge, cause you won't get it till you walking in my shoes. You grow up and stay down, they acting like they made you, and they say you switched up when you won't let them play you. We might have shared some friends, might share some history, but one thing I learned is memories don't truly prove your loyalty. I'm so hungry, gotta get it, you can see it in my eyes. So when he blessed me in that season, it should come as no surprise. No hard feelings, folks, I had to leave behind. Dipping when that road get bumpy, come around when you arrive. Ain't too many that could ride with me, cause this vision is bigger than what my eyes can see. Understand I'll never be where you want me to be, but if you down with all the smoke, then it's we for we. Couldn't smoke the pain away. 10 toes, I had to face it. Holding on to God's hand through all these trials and tribulations. Was the bus to reciprocate? I must have missed it. One-sided relationships got me struggling with commitment. Cold heart, how I'm depicted. Nerve to look you in your face and say they kill for you. You turn your back, they stab you, lie to you, and steal from you. And the same ones that ain't like you from the jump. Drag your name to see you eating, now they praise you cause they want some. For a lot of leech jeans, and that's a sad case. They think they know you cause they met you in a bad place. Jealousy's a bad trait. Patience is a virtue, so don't ever say you can't wait. Thank you for the gift, but it's a blessing just to have. I'm so hungry, gotta get it, you can see it in my eyes. So when he blessed me in that season, it should come as no surprise. No hard feelings, folks, I had to leave behind. Dipping when that road get bumpy, come around when you arrive. Ain't too many that could ride with me, cause this vision is bigger than what my eyes can see. Understand I'll never be where you want me to be, but if you down with all the smoke, then it's we for we. They say don't forget me when you make it, don't forget me if I know. They say don't forget me when you make it, don't forget me if I know. It's weird for me. Said it's weird for me. Whatever it is for me.
What's good? What's good? It's your girl TK Lee, and you are now tuned in to the Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. The Fixx is in. Let's get it.
So you say it ain't working. Gotta figure this out, cause this ain't working. I'm trying my best, but it ain't working. What's up next, cause this ain't working. So much pain that I feel, so many tears that I cried. All I see is hurt around me. It's getting hard to sleep at night. Oh, and I try to believe that you would never leave, but then I think about how you could love someone like me. I'm trying to carry the load, but it gets heavy, so I'm laying it down. I need you, Lord. Can we share this load? I can't take it no more. I need you to work it out. I need you to. Oh, can we share this load? I can't take it no more. Work it out. I needed to work it out, and I pray that you work it out for me, Lord. Work it out for me, Lord. Work it out for me, Lord. I wanna say I ain't worried, but with all that's going on, it feels like I'm buried. I'm trying to repeat what your words say, but it's hard to compete with things in my head. So much pain that I feel, so many tears that I cried. All I see is hurt around me. It's getting hard to sleep at night. Oh, it's hard to see. I'm still amazed that you could ever love someone like me. I'm trying to carry the load, but it gets heavy. So I'm laying it down. I need you, Lord. Can we share this load? I can't take it no more. Work it out. I need you to work it out. I need you to. Can we share this load? I can't take it no more. Work it out. I need you to work it out. And I pray that you work it out for me, Lord. Work it out for me, Lord. Work it out for me, Lord. Work it out. I need you to work it out. Please see me through. Work it out. I need you to work it out. I need you to work it out. They said that you could do it. Work it out. So Lord, I hold you to it. Work it out. I need you to work it out for me, Lord.
It's gonna be a problem if you run up on me. If you ain't got ears to hear and eyes to see. I ain't got fear, but I got mouths to feed. And I got these angels on me. And I got these angels on me. No, I keep these angels in arm reach. Why you think I say I got an army? Cause I got these angels on me. You know how many shootouts that I lived through? You know how many times that we rode around with guns and coke and saw the police pass us in our rear view? Ton of smoke, tinted window, hoping they don't peer through. Contact highs, the truth, combat lies. Before I got baptized, surprised I wasn't that wise. The Lord saved me before he saved me. Several times, 50, 60, 70 ladies, the names don't come to mind. 3 or 4 guns pulled on me, one pulled the trigger. Deposited a bullet under my lung next to my liver. My shooter lost his lung years later, now go figure. It ended his rap career. You reap what you sow, it's gonna get you. Don't touch his anointing or bring his prophets harm. I had a couple people threaten me, they dead and gone. And ain't no blood on my hands. Exodus 23:20, I am covered in the blood of the Son of Man. It's gonna be a problem if you run up on me. If you ain't got ears to hear and eyes to see. I ain't got fear, but I got mouths to feed. And I got these angels on me. And I got these angels on me. No, I keep these angels in arm reach. Why you think I say I got an army? Cause I got these angels on me.
Think it's a game till the things pop out. It's all gang till the gang pop out. Locked up in a chain gang down south. Or you get fed time for not running your mouth. A few times the trunks pop, but we de-escalated. Next week home invaded, guns drawn, no pixelation. You don't have to be involved in the beef, but you can trust they'll still send shots over affiliations. Everybody got a shooter on deck. Till the shooter gets shot, then they shoot for you next. And you could wear a vest, but they shoot at your neck. That's word to Wu-Tang that Ben told us protect. Yes, I pray the angels swarm around me and my family surrounding all principalities grounded before they found me. You don't have to understand me, you gon' feel me though. How I take these words and turn them into a visual. Fern.
It's gonna be a problem if you run up on me. If you ain't got ears to hear and eyes to see. I ain't got fear, but I got mouths to feed. And I got these angels on me. And I got these angels on me. No, I keep these angels in arm reach. Why you think I say I got an army? Cause I got these angels on me.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Sayla, a.k.a. The Corner. And you're tuned into The Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. The Fixx is in. Let's get it. Click, click.
Get money, money, make money, money, money. Get money, money, make money, money, money. Get money, money, make money, money, money. Get money, money, make money.
Welcome to Legal Hustle, sponsored by the Equity Movement 247. My name is Julius Cartwright. Today we want to talk about stocks. And what we want to get you to do is to look at things a little bit differently. I want you to step back and just kind of visualize what I'm saying. What if you looked at things differently? What if you looked at what Warren Buffett said? No matter what changes technology-wise, whether it's cell phones or computer, it's not going to stop people from chewing gum or eating a Snickers, which is the #1 candy bar. So if it's something you like, whether it's chewing Wrigley's gum or Snickers, invest in that. If you like Nike or you like Adidas, buy it before you wear it. Even if you own one share, like my main man says, Dan Evans, buy one share in that company. He just did that with a group that came into the restaurant with Harley Davidson gear on. And he looked at them and looked at what they was wearing. And he's saying they wearing it. They spent the money, but do they own it? And he went and bought stock in it. So that's what I'm suggesting to you for your consideration. If you love LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, own it. Because social media is here to stay. It's going to get larger and larger and larger. It's going to expand more and more. So why not own it instead of wearing it? It's okay to wear it, but if you wear it, you should own it. So I would encourage you to look at stocks. And if you don't know about it, you don't understand it, then you need to tune into the Equity Movement, and we can provide you with some resources and lead you to some experts that can help you in this area. But think about that as you go through the course of your day, using your cell phone. Do you own stock in the things that you use on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month basis? Look at that, and you'll be surprised. You might just get a little bit more wealthier by buying it instead of wearing it or consuming it or eating it. I hope this information you found was valuable, and you can find more information. You can join us at all our social media outlets for the Equity Movement 247. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn, as well as Equity Movement YouTube TV. And the Fixx is in.
Welcome back. You're tuned back into The Fixx, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Just came off a music set. We actually started it off with H-Town, little representative, Miss Toastin. If you haven't checked that interview out, that was a fire interview. Go to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, hit that bell, give us some comments, man. Leave some comments on some of our interviews. We also played a new banger from an artist, Lakia Stokes. We are on Clubhouse now. Myself and DJ Rico Suave are on Clubhouse. I actually found this artist on Clubhouse on New Music Review. If you are on Clubhouse, we do New Music Review, a part of Coalition Kingdom DJs, Monday through Thursday, 1:30 to 1:30 to 3:30 every pretty much Monday through Friday, 1:30 to 3:30. We do New Music Review, where we highlight new artists, and it's super dope. So yes, I was able to find Lakia Stokes on Clubhouse, and that new track she played was Work It Out. So definitely go support her, follow her on social media, and run those numbers up. We also played new Eshawn Burgundy. Come on, man. Eshawn just dropped a new project, and y'all know how we are here over the Fixx. At least myself, I speak for myself. Eshawn is one of the dopest, man, to do it, man, in CHH, man. And I'll argue he can hang with the, the big boys within mainstream realm, man. Eshawn has a flow. But yes, Eshawn got a new project out. Definitely want to run those numbers up. The track we played from Eshawn Burgundy was Angelic featuring Fernie from Social Club. And listen, Suave, we got a guest in the house. I think we got a guest in the house. Suave. Yeah. Who we got in the house with us today, Suave?
We got no person other the first lady of God Over Money. All in is what we're gonna call her, but y'all may know her as AI the Anomaly. What's good?
What's up? How y'all feeling?
We good. We blessed. We
great. that's good. That's good to hear.
Yes, we definitely appreciate you rocking with us today. We've been waiting
man.
for a hot one with you. You got so much stuff going on.
Yeah,
So-
no doubt. I'm excited to be in the building, man. I'm very excited to be here. So
That's good. So yeah, we always started off. If you can kind of share with the audience, with the people, maybe a little bit of your faith story, maybe kind of like how you came to Christ, or if you want to share, maybe you walked away from the faith, or just wasn't living a lifestyle that was pleasing unto God. Maybe how you had to reconnect with God, just for some inspiration for the people.
yeah, no doubt. Well, I was born and raised in Buffalo, New York. I was born to a woman who abused drugs. She was 24 when she died. I was 3. She had me, my sister, and my brother, and we had some traumatic experiences. Placed in a foster care, and then later adopted. Growing up was a bit tough because there's some identity issues. Looking in the mirror, I saw my mother. I looked just like her, and just hearing different stories about her, and not understanding like where I come from and who I'm supposed to be. But I was raised in the church. My adoptive mother did a great job of instilling in us understanding of faith. So I knew who God was. I knew the power of God, and I knew what kind of life I should be living. But when I got into high school, I was like, yeah, I can't be perfect, and everybody's doing things that I want to get into and I want to indulge in. So I made a choice to stray away from what I knew was right. Made a conscious decision to do that, and I got involved in some foolery, some darkness, some street stuff. And when I got pregnant, I made a decision like, yo, I can't be the mother that I would want to be to this child if I don't get myself together. So then I made that decision then to go all in, and that was about 2006. Is when I made that decision, and I've been going hard for God, going all in for God ever since. That's like the short version, but pretty much like I was in a dark space, understandably, right? And made a decision to rock with Christ, because he's the only one that would never fail me. He's the only one that was stable, And I tried everything else. I really tried everything else, and nothing worked. Nothing worked. So I wanted my soul to be saved and redeemed. So that's the choice I made.
No, that's dope. So when did you get into music? How did that start? I mean, were you always kind of like doing music, or doing creative stuff within music realm?
Yeah, no doubt. When I was younger, just part of the story is that my sister, my brother were diagnosed as emotionally handicapped due to traumatic experiences. And so it was hard for us to express ourselves. So we had to go to counseling. And one counselor noticed that I had an issue, or it was a tough time for me to say how I was feeling. And she gave me a pen and some paper, and she said, write it down. And ever since that, there began that relationship between the pen, the paper, and my heart. And I got into writing first, the art of writing, the art of storytelling first, and then that developed into poetry. Rap is rhythm and poetry, so that developed. So I was in a teen when I really started getting into rapping. And from there, I just, I fell in love with it, and I rapped in the clubs. I did battle rap in the hood here in my city. I rapped against grown men in Elma Lounge, Rendezvous, some different clubs I was too young to be in. But I enjoyed the sport of coming off the top of the dome, thinking about what to say, and then being clever with rhythmic patterns and killing it on a mic. And then when I decided to go all in with Christ, I actually felt that I had to give that up. I felt like, yo, I can't rap I can't rap anymore, because what I was rapping like that can't I'm not living that lifestyle no more, so I got to give it up. And quite frankly, at that time, 2006, 2007, to be real with you, like people, were listening to Christian hip hop, but in my perspective, I thought it was weak. I listened to it, and the different artists that I heard, I coming from where I come from,
Hmm.
We're like, yo, bars, and there's some good production, and like if you talk your talk, you walk in it too out here. You're not fronting and saying stuff that you're not doing. And I just thought it was lame. I'm gonna be real. And so I just like, yeah, I can't do that until I came across Ambassador and The Truth, and I was like, oh these boys spitting, and they talking about what's true to them, but they sound dope. And I was like, let me dip into this again. And the rest is history. I just, I rap what I'm about.
So how did you connect with Zadok the God Hop MC? How did you connect with him? Is he
He
from? Is he? Does he live with where you live?
Yeah, he lives in
Oh,
Buffalo.
okay.
Lives in Buffalo. Him and a couple of other Christian hip hop artists live here in Buffalo. We got a group of us, and so over the years, we would find ourselves in the same events and things like that, right? So it was like Doc and Fonz came together. I don't know if you know Fonz Carter.
I do.
They came together and they were like, "Yo, let's come together instead of doing our thing separately. Let's come together and support each other, not just on some like, yeah, that's what's up, you do your thing, and yay, hoorah. Nah, like we were coming together and we were putting our money together and helping each other with production, using our resources, because I do photography and film. Doc can record, Fonz can record, different ones can have different avenues. So we tapped into our resources and we helped each other and we supported each other. And to the today, mostly everybody from Rebel Against the World is doing really well within their respective places.
You mentioned going to see a therapist when you were younger, and birthing the relationship between your heart, the pen, and the pad,
Yeah.
and also how, and you just recently stated your photography.
Mhm.
Now people don't really understand, like, all that is art.
Yeah.
Writing, rhyming, photography, that is all art. How do you
Yeah.
use art? Because to me, it seems like you're using art as not only a way to show reverence to God, but you're using it also for therapy.
Yes.
Like, speak to
Yes.
that, like how you're using that for therapy and education,
Yep.
because you're doing a lot in your community. In case y'all don't know, she was just featured in an article in Rapzilla regarding her art and empowering her community. Like, speak to that as therapy for you.
Yeah, no doubt. And I appreciate the question. A lot of times people don't see that. That's why I appreciated Rapzilla for shining a light in that space, because we as rappers and lyricists or what have you, or artists, or if you will, on social media, a lot of times the skill that people are attracted to, that's all they see. And so it's cool to be able to showcase what I care about. Like, I love rap, I do, but what I'm mostly passionate about is igniting change within my community by the way of teaching young people, not only young people, but older people, seasoned people, companies, business owners, how to utilize the tool of photography and film to tell stories. And so I I indulged in photography through a program when I was 15, and it really transformed my mind and opened and expanded my perspective. So imagine, I was 15. I grew up on a street called Sherman Street. Across the street from me was a drug house. Next door was a drug house. I could literally look out the window and see crack addicts in the alley, different fights and things like that, people selling drugs. But that in that particular moment was normal. I walked outside, it's normal. Go to the bus stop, I see what I see, it's normal. It wasn't until this program, Yo Buffalo Youth Opportunity in my city, that I began to learn about different things that pushed me to ask questions, expand my mind. Like, why is there a drug house across the street from me? How does that impact me? How does that affect me? And then I learned about a program called SEPA Gallery, and SEPA Gallery is a photographic, you know, gallery and organization that propels the arts within photography. and they also do educational programs, which I became part of. And it was something about the dark room that ignited this passion in me, watching a blank piece of paper go through this chemical process, and you begin to see this picture appear, this beauty coming from nothing. I don't think at the moment that I understood the metaphorical like idea of it. I think that as I got older, I began to realize like, yo, I am that paper. I am that paper, that blank sheet that nobody saw anything out of. Like I literally was labeled a failure to thrive. Like when you go through the foster care system, they have different labels. And because I was born to an addict, I was actually in her room while she was doing drugs and, emotionally handicapped, and saw these different things. Uh, I was deemed a failure to thrive. Like doctors believe that I wouldn't be able to propel because of where I come from. So that blank sheet of paper, right? But there's these chemicals, the stop, the developer, the stop, the fix, these chemicals and this process that you go through where people began to see like, oh shoot, this is not a nothing. This is not a failure to thrive. Actually, if we allow ourselves to invest in what we think is a failure to thrive, such as the community, mentors, programs, funding for those programs, individuals like my adoptive mother, like she's not necessarily artsy, but she knew I have to get you all engaged in something so that it can expand your mind. I have to take you to the source that's going to give you the tools you need. And so all of these programs that instilled a lot in me, job readiness training and how to speak and communicate my feelings, that worked for me. Then I learned about video and all of these different art forms during the time and in the moment in which I felt like I had no purpose of existence. I tried to take my life during this moment. But then I had all of these resources that puffed me up and impacted me. So therefore, because I was that child that went through this process, I'm the product of, then I become the data of. So I believe in the data and I believe in the process, the chemical process, you feel me, of instilling and giving your all and giving your resources and giving your product and giving your funds into the next generation so that they can be something. I'm the data for that. So I therefore take everything, and that's why AI stands for all in. Everything that I do, I'm going all in to for the betterment of my community as far as youth are concerned, for the betterment of my community as far as small businesses, like how can I support them? What can I do? How can I get youth involved in the process? Yo, I'm a firm believer in tapping back to young people because it's important. Because boom, here I am, the failure to thrive, right? But I'm soaring. And I want each and every young person to soar as well. But at least I can give them tools. They have to make that choice and keep moving like I had to make the choice. But you bet I'm going to do everything possible to use all of these skills and resources to make sure they go as far as they can. My ceiling will become their floor and they go from there.
Yo, that means a lot, especially for me. I'm sorry, because he started speaking and I was
Me too.
like, yo.
Look, I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep going. Yeah.
That got me. Yeah, because like for me, like I created a nonprofit for that exact same purpose. No, I wasn't in the foster care, but I was in the streets. I was gang affiliated. I took the wrong route, and I knew reaching back to youth because when I was going down the wrong path, there was somebody reaching back to me. So why not, in return, do that same thing for me that it was done for me to someone else? Because now I'm creating leaders. And I've done that plenty of times. And now I'm like, I'm going to create a program just for that. And I see that you have Get Focused Production.
Yep.
Speak to that. Like that, because people don't know, like, it's not just photography and film. It's more to that.
Like, yeah. So the way that this business kind of operates and what's cool is like, this is one thing that I try to tell up and coming entrepreneurs. I have a couple of young entrepreneurs who I mentor right now, and they have their DBAs now, and they like I'm real proud of them, and they killing it, and they still work with me. What I try to train them is to identify like what it is their passion is and try their best to shape and form their business in a way so that they can make profit but also be happy, and do the things that they love. So Give Focus is based off of three things: capture, teach, and give back. So capturing stories through film and photography, teaching youth about the magic of photography and video, but also I do consultations for businesses, companies. My clients are, kind of high scale. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the Oshai Foundation. I work with M&T a lot of different companies that are kind of up there, which I thank God for those opportunities and forging those relationships with them. And then, so because of those kind of high contractual opportunities, I get pretty decent bank from that. And so what I choose to do, because this is my company that I created, right? With the help and support of community and my husband, family, stuff like that, I get to choose to take a portion of my proceeds and give back. So capture, teach, give back. And so that portion of proceeds that I make off of contracts, I'm able to pour into young artists who may need a little extra push. I work to interview them, use my platform and push them, and, develop, opportunities for them to be seen. I mentor them. So we, come together every once in a while, and I talk to them about how to position themselves so that they can receive opportunities, how to, like, practical stuff like how to create a form, because a lot of the young artists are visual artists and they draw and things like that, and people DM them like, hey, can you draw something for me? And I said, later for that, somebody DM you, you need to be sending them back a link so that the client, the potential client, can fill out a form. I want them to be professional, and then create an invoice. And as you're moving and shaking, don't forget that you need to be creating a list of your clientele and how much work you've done. So just putting into their minds and instilling in them the business aspect. Don't be haphazard with your business. Make moves, and make moves that are um, intellectual, move with wisdom. And so I do that with my young and focused crew. And then I have a small group of young people, which I call young creatives. And what I do with them is help them respond to art with art. So as a matter of fact, not too recently, I took 6 young people to a gallery exhibit. And it's beautiful gallery exhibit from an artist. Her name is Swoon, and she developed this installation called The Seven Contemplations. And it's pretty deep, man. Her story is about how her mother was an addict and she died. And there's death, but there's beauty in death, right? And it's a beautiful installation. To get to the point, I was about to get nerdy right there, but to get to the point, I took my young people into this space. I gave them cameras. Some of them come with cameras, and they took pictures within their own perspectives. And then I guided them through the process of understanding how to view art, how to interpret it, how to evaluate it, how to respond to it. And then we created a poem. And then with that poem, we began to video different things and talk about, well, how do we videotape this? So in a way in which you're speaking about how you feel and what you believe this exhibit is about. And then we take that and put it together, and then it becomes this piece of art that they've created in response to the art. So I'm doing more projects like that, and just giving them the freedom to express themselves. I give them the tools. I'm the type of teacher who I'm going to show you by example. Like, when I work with young people, the first day I'm putting the camera in your hand. Don't tell me you don't know how to use it. You can't use it. No, can't die. It's challenging to use it. Okay, here's your resource. Ask me questions, and you're gonna learn today. And so we go through the process, and my kids are amazing. They're amazing.
You still there? AI? Rick, you still there?
Yep, I'm still here.
Okay.
AI, you still here?
I think she froze up. You still there, sis? You're tuned into the Fix, your source for faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Listen, we're in the middle of this super dope interview with AI, the Anomaly. Listen, we're gonna get her back real shortly. Give us a few minutes. Sis, you still there? There you go. You back. You
Hey,
back. Yeah, you back. Go ahead.
you gotta love technology, right? Like, come on, this,
Yeah.
Right.
that's how it go. But I was saying like, very, very, very. Actually, I'm no shameless plug, but in order to continue to do the work that I'm doing, I did create a Patreon, page so that people who were interested in supporting me while I support the next generation of creatives, they can. So what, even from my merch, from the music, like this is what I'm about. I'm about creating opportunities for people to, indulge in. Like, if you love, my style of rap, that's what's up. You want to purchase music, that's what's up. You want to purchase a shirt, purchase all of these different things. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to invest in young people because that's where my heart is. So when you purchase merch or things like that, that's where it's going. And when you become a patron member, um, that's where those proceeds are going.
No, I think that's super dope, and we see it. We all the way in Cleveland, Ohio, and we watching and we see what you're doing. So we
That's
definitely
what's up.
want to give you your roses right now. So how do you so dope. You got so much stuff going on. How do you balance everything with everything you have going on as creative, and then also your wife?
Yeah.
You have kids. How do you balance everything you have going on with your family life?
Yo, that's the one thing that is a constant struggle, just to be honest with you. Like, I've learned to kind of roll with the punches. I've tried to find ways to balance. I guess it's a matter of managing myself and managing my time. I have to, my mom, my adoptive mom, that's my mom is 88,
Mhm.
and she is full of wisdom. And she's told me several things, but one of the things she told me, she said, you can't, no, it's going to be hard to continue to care for everyone else if you're not caring for yourself.
Mm.
So that's one of the toughest things, because I feel like a lot of times I've placed myself and my health on the back burner because I'm like, yo, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Like, young people need me, I gotta save them all. It's like, yo, I had to come to a point where, like, yo, I can't. First of all, I can't save nobody. I can give people opportunities. I can ignite change. I can ignite thought. But as of late, I understand that my health is very imperative, and so I have to sleep, I have to eat right, I have to drink a lot of water. Um, so the balance, if you will, or the management of myself is to constantly remind myself that in order to continue to do what I'm doing, I have to take the important steps of, eating right, drinking water, making sure I have time for my family, So shutting everything down, which is so difficult to shut everything down, to step away from social media, to put an automatic response on my email and say I'm not available, and be okay with that within myself, and not go to see, like, oh, let me see who emailed me, let me kind of get on top of this. Like, just shutting it down and protecting myself and my family time. So I guess that, in a sense, not I guess, that is, in a sense, of what I'm trying to do. And I'm not perfect, but I'm definitely striving towards it. I'm not using that as an excuse. I'm like, yo, I know my flaws. I know that I can go overboard and be up mad late and then get up real early in the morning and be half woke working on things. And when I realize that, I have to say, yo, I'm wilding. I'm wilding. Let me chill. Let me get some sleep. So it's everyday process.
No, that's good. So let's we gotta hop in and talk about this music before we get you out of here. So, but first,
Yeah, no doubt.
let's talk about some of your inspirations growing up. Who was some of your inspirations musically growing up? So before we get into your style.
Yo, a lot. So Lauren, Lauren Hill was a
Yeah, I could
huge,
tell. I could tell.
a huge inspiration to me on so many different levels. Um, she showed me what a black, modest, intelligent woman looked like. She was dope. She showed me that, and which I fight for, and you'll hear it in my music. She showed me that I particularly didn't have to. Um, I didn't have to conform to a way in which women move within an industry in order to make a statement. Beautiful woman, and I love the way she moved um, during that time. So her, and then you got Missy. It was complete opposite, but I loved Missy. I loved her style. She was dope, man. Timberland. Uh, if we get into like lyricism, like real lyricism, not to say that they didn't have lyricism. I think Lauren was more of a lyricist than Missy, and that's my opinion. Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem, um, Biggie. I wasn't really much of a Pac fan, but I respected him.
Lord help us.
She said she was a Biggie fan, so I'm
Oh
like,
my goodness!
It is what it
I'm over
is.
here cringing too. Pray for me.
It is what it is. But
No, it's cool.
understand this though. Like, I wasn't necessarily a fan of his presentation of his flow, but I respected his lyrics. I respected his content. I respected how he moved in a certain way. Up until a certain point, he started getting involved in a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and it was like But I definitely respected him as an artist and his influence. But it just wasn't. I was more of a Biggie fan as far as his lyricism. And see, like I didn't necessarily respect Biggie all like that because of his lifestyle and stuff like that. But when it comes to telling stories, Biggie was dope. Biggie, Eminem was a good storyteller. Jay was a good storyteller. Nas a good storyteller. Understand, I'm attracted to storytelling, so that's why they kind of did that for me. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, those types. The true like lyricism. Those who understand the art form of shaping and forming words in order for them to fit in a rhythmical way so that they can tell the story they need to tell. But then I like Ella Fitzgerald. I like Frank Sinatra. I like Big Mama Thornton. I like Fats Domino, Nat King Cole. I like classic music and music that you could feel in the pit of your stomach. You know, um, Ella Fitzgerald like had this scatting that no one could really
she's the mother of scat.
duplicate.
Whoa.
Yo, she was freestyling. If you go back and listen to her records, yo, sis, was freestyling with her voice, and it's just impactful. I had a music teacher, his name was Mr. Davis. He really put us on and to understand that kind of music, which is why I have um a love for it, for jazz. He put us on to understanding that like Big Mama Thornton was the originator of Hound Dog. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. That who Elvis gets the praise for, but Big Mama Thornton, go back and listen to it and listen to those congos and them drums and the original song, excuse me, and you understand the soul of that song and what it meant when she said you ain't nothing but a hound dog. Elvis wasn't knowing what he was talking about. But I mean, he sounded good. That's what's up. But Big Mama Thornton was the originator. But I embrace music at its roots. I appreciate a lot of music, cinematic scores, and all types of stuff. So, yeah.
So speak to your style of music, like the boldness of your style of music, and not being boxed in, because you're different than a lot of the other female artists. You're a true female. You're a true MC. I'm not just gonna say female MC. You're a true MC. Like
Yeah.
speak to your style of music versus the other style of other artists of CHH?
Well, I um I believe that everyone has a choice as an artist. Everyone has a choice to indulge in whatever they're going to indulge in and to create whatever they would like to create. So all I'm doing is creating what I want to create. And I'm constantly looking in the mirror to remind myself, like, no, you're good. Do that. Yes, do that. And it might sound different. And who knows who may like it. But that's you. And that's true. Because what I do not want is to create music based off of the times that's happening now and based off the sound that gets the streams. And then 5 years later, look back and say, man, that was not even me. That wasn't me. That was me trying to appease to a crowd. And I feel like the legends of uh, hip hop and R&B and pop, they created from a space of who they were and based off of their experiences. There's no other Michael Jackson people can aspire to be. There's no other Ella. There's no other Lauren. They were themselves. They were themselves. They were who they were. But whatever it is, like I can't like pinpoint a specifically like who I am as an artist. All I know is that I like what I like, and I'm responding artistically to what's happening surrounding me. I'm just saying what I'm saying based off of how I feel, and because I'm a Christian, I'm going to give you my Christian viewpoint on that, on what's going on. And because I listen to a variety of music and I'm attracted to different sounds, cinematic sounds and things like that, those beats, see, I look at it like this: a beat or a track or instrumental, that's one part of the relationship. And then it's me and my voice. That's another part of the relationship. And so the two come together and it's a marriage. And so I'm listening. I date the beat. I'm listening to the beat. I'm not listening to what is the highest streamed song. I'm taking time to understand the beat. How many instruments do I hear? How can my voice become an instrument within this space? This is my canvas. How can I paint this portrait? How can I become the Picasso? There's one Picasso. There's another artist, Rene Magritte. That's another artist that no one else can duplicate. Rene Magritte did work that was surrealism. So Rene Magritte, if you ever saw the apple in front of the man's face, it's a famous picture. That's Rene. And so his work is really weird if you look at it. It's uncanny, right? So he approached the canvas in his own way, as his own self, and whatever that came with, whatever experiences those were. I'm approaching the beat canvas as an artist with all of the experiences and my tools, my pen and my experiences and the way that I like to flow, or however the beat allows me to flow. That's my style. And I want to protect that so much. So I have to continue in prayer. To be honest with you, I'm going to be 100 with you. In prayer, I have to continue to lay forth my ego, and lay forth my feeling of pride, lay forth my feeling of like dang, like this artist get more shine, or that artist, like dang, like everybody, like nah, they don't see me. As artists, sometimes you feel like that, but like nah, man, I want to fight that. I want to punch that feeling in the face. Like no, I'm going to be true to who I am, regardless of how numbers move. Cause I want to look back in 5 years and listen to my music and say, yo, that's me. And I want to feel proud of that, you know? I want to feel proud of that. So my style, if you will, I would look at it as jazzy, hip hop, and poetic. So this project that comes out, that's what you're gonna hear of me. And you're gonna get some extended songs. They're gonna be long. My project is 16 tracks long. That's who when people listen to that project, you got to understand, and not to ramble and go on and on about this, but I feel like it's very important as artists that we identify who we are going to be. So hey, if that's trap, Do your thing. If that's, straight hardcore lyricism, do your thing. Find your lane. Be you, and then market it. Be wise in how you market it. That's where you get, kind of trendy in marketing. But protect your art. I gotta protect the jazzy side of me. I gotta protect the poetic side of me. I want I want me to show as an artist. I'm the artist. You feel me? I'm the artist. Not people, not other people. You're walking into my world. I'm opening the door, or you're knocking on the door and you're entering into my world. You're journeying with me. And if you come into this space and you like, nah, man, I really like trap music. Nah, like she that's too much poetry. Like, I don't like it up in this joint. Like, the door is there. You can leave. And I'm not upset. I respect it. There's plenty of different kinds of music out there. You can actually indulge in whatever you like. But at this house, I'm going to be true to my poetic love. I'm going to be true to that hip hop, that real stuff. I'm going to be true to my Christianity, and I'm going to be true to that jazzy side of me. That's what you're going to get. And it is what it is. You feel me? So that's my style, and that's my thought pattern when it comes to this music. We got to protect us.
Speaking of the type of music, we got artists now like Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, who created a song, "WAP." You already know what that is,
Yeah.
and her response to the song is, "It's woman empowerment." What is your response to that?
First and foremost, if I said what I just said, I feel like that's across the board. So if Nikki and Meg decide to create music in that manner, the beauty in this world is that we got freedom to choose. They get to choose. If that's the lifestyle they coming from lifestyles where this is what it is for them, and that's true to them. You feel me? So y'all do y'all things how y'all do y'all things. But don't try to belittle or take away from how I move. That's my ideology of it. Now, as far as this is women empowerment, this is my opinion. This is my thoughts based off of my experiences and my views. I don't see how that's empowerment for me though. That's not empowerment for me. Where is the empowerment? Like, to show your body? Like, okay, so maybe like you talking about like people are body shaming. I feel that. Like, I don't think people should body shame. But you stepping into a house, right? You stepping in like in the video, and I watch a lot of videos. And I watch the whole joint, and I listen to the whole song. You you telling me you walk into a house full of, I don't know if we could say that on here. You walk into a house with the, name of the whatever, and in each room. Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing. In each room, there's those, right, that are doing those things. That's not empowerment to me. So for me, obviously, I'm not the target audience. So it's simple to me. I don't listen. I don't indulge. I just don't indulge in it. Maybe it's empowerment to their target audience. Remember, understand my perspective. Freedom to choose. Now, if we get into the effects, that's where I come in, because I'm the one, right? When it comes to music like that, but also music that talks about, you know, I'm a I'm a take your family and get a gun and do whatever, any violence be
Pretty much
any vi-
the spirit behind music, or is that where you're going?
yeah, like spirit behind music, and the messages in the music and the effect of it, right, on youth and people in general. But remember, my perspective is I have a heavy heart when it comes to young people. I'm the one that's in the detention centers, that's working with young people who have adopted idea, the ideas behind some hip hop music. I'm the one that has to be in the detention center, looking in the eyes of young people who look like me, and I have to unravel for them, help them understand that a lot of the individuals that are saying these things don't even do these things, but you're doing it. That's what
Facts.
that's what kind of, excuse me, but that's what pisses me off. For real, cuz I'm the one in those detention centers. I'm the one that gets the phone call. Oh, you remember this young person that you work with? Yeah, they just got shot. Oh, you remember this young person you was working with? They're behind bars right now. I'm on the front line. And so that's what bothers me the most is like y'all selling this idea to these kids. And yeah, they can and this whole idea like, oh, you choose what you listen to and this and that. Like, yeah, I get all of that. But you choose what you say and what you do. And for most of these artists, not all of them, some of them do live this life. They live the life. It is what it is. But for most of these artists, y'all know y'all not doing that no more. Y'all not out there selling rock. Y'all not out there doing this type of stuff. Why you still talking about it? Oh, because it sells? Okay. So it sells. So it's not how different is it than to sell crack? Like, I'm sorry for being like blunt or whatever, but how different is it to be on a corner selling rock? You're gonna terrorize and mess up your community. There's mad kids in the detention center. I'm there. I work with them. I teach them. I got a program where I break down the lyrics. I print out them dang on lyrics. And we read the lyrics. A lot of these kids don't even know what they listening to. And when they read the lyrics from line for line, they're like, oh shoot, I didn't know he said that. Yeah. You wrapped up in the beat. You dancing with the vibes. But this is what he said. How you feel about that? Like, oh shoot, man, that's crazy. Yeah, right. So what you gonna do about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what bothers me. So a song like WAP, you know, you're free to create that, but like my thing is like, yo, what's good with the effects? And if you on some like, yo, I gotta get this money, and people choose to listen to what they want to, then all I hear is a dope dealer that say, I gotta get this money. I sell rock. It is what it is. You sell rock to your people. You see what it's doing. Look at your neighborhood. You all right with that? Man, they choose what they want to choose. Oh, okay. Then you my enemy.
I'm with you. I agree on that one.
So many gems was dropped right there. I mean, wow, we appreciate that, sis, that perspective, and we agree. We agree that there should be accountability within artistry, and I think sometimes that's overlooked. I think because people think they can be a creative and they can put out whatever they want because it's their creative thoughts and their creative ideas. They don't understand the impact of all. You have millions of followers. You have people that really will almost drop dead and do whatever you tell them to do. With that should be some form of responsibility. Absolutely. There's no, I don't have an issue at all with telling a story if you maybe overcome or somewhere where you came from. I get that. But like you said, if and this is something that we talked about on the show, definitely shouts out to Jay-Z. Much love for Jay-Z. But I had a huge problem with Jay-Z waiting so long to create 444. Great project, but I just feel like you almost waited till 15 years, almost 20 years in the game before you brought out a project that to me really empowered people. And that's just my only opinion. Like I say, I'm not trying to downplay Jay-Z or, throw shame at him. But I was like, why wouldn't you come out with that mid 2000s when to me it would have been more powerful compared to you coming out. Everybody knows you're pretty much getting ready to stop rapping soon. I mean, you got to the level where you're about to stop rapping soon. And I believe he had that knowledge back then, but because of money and understanding how everything works within the business, he continued to put out the products that he put out. And there was nothing wrong with entirely wrong with everything he put out. I don't want to seem like I'm just throwing shame at Jay-Z, but I was like, man, this 444 project should have came out years ago, man. Why now? But that's just my little rant.
Yeah, people make choices and decisions. Like my thought when it comes to stuff like that, it's like he made a man. I think he's a really intelligent individual,
We
and
all do,
perhaps
absolutely.
he is. He is. It's
Yes,
not.
absolutely.
It's not even. I think
Right.
very intelligent, very business savvy. Is dope, and I respect his business savviness, if you will. Um, but at the same time, it's like, yo, maybe he wasn't ready.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Maybe he wasn't ready to do that. Maybe he didn't see it as being profitable at that time. And we could feel how we feel about it, you
Right.
know.
That's true.
And I have my same issue, right? Like, dang, like, yo, here's how I look at it, right? Jay-Z for so long, and I loved his music too, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved it. I haven't listened to a lot of his music in a long time, like, but I know back in the day when I would listen to it, I felt like, yeah, like this is it. And the messages in his music as I got older and I thought back to it, I'm like, especially now, it's like, dang, yo, you changed now, but do you know like the effect you had on all these generations based off of the talk you talked? And so that's, who knows? That's something he may have to live with, and maybe he knows that. Like, dad, like, let me make these changes. Let me talk about buying art and the value of that. Let me showcase how you move in business. Let me showcase this and let me showcase that. You know, like, in me, I'm like, dad, you took this long for real. Like, what about all these generations you affected? But we don't know what he has to live with within himself. You feel me? We don't know what he has to do. Like, I did some dirt in the past, like, that
We
I
all
gotta
have. We
live
all
with.
have. Yes,
I
absolutely.
did dirt, and I try not to beat myself up about those things that I did in the past. But those things do come with consequences. The constant consequences of it. You feel me? So yeah, like, I feel what you're saying. And I also want to like point that idea too. Like, yo, he was on his move at that time, and now's the time where he's choosing to showcase this. And it's never, I don't think it's ever too late, but he did make some serious effects. He affected me. Shoot.
He affected all of us.
Yo.
I know you too, Suave. I know
Oh, man.
huge
Yeah.
Jay-Z fan.
Yeah. Not as big as I am a Nas fan, but
Right,
yeah.
well, with Nas, right.
Yeah. I definitely love Nas.
I
He kept it.
I
He
named my
kept it
firstborn
real.
Nas.
Wow, that's a fact.
That
That's a
is
fact.
definitely a fact. Yeah. So
But Nas for me was, man. Nas for me, I feel like he kept it real with us from the jump,
from the jump.
and he ain't changed not too much. But go ahead, what's up?
So just speak a little bit about your experience of joining God Over Money, being the first female around a bunch of. We always argue God Over Money is probably the best camp within CHH. We try not to get into that, but that's just always our humble opinion. But just speak about your experience of joining the team and what's that like.
Man, yo, so I don't even. It's not like you write down the years when you meet people. Like, I met you in this year or whatever. But I can speak to like the time frame, like, a while back, like, the Rebel Against the World. You got Doc Fonz. My church, which is Christ Crusaders Assembly. Shout out to them. Shout out to my pastor, Pastor Stephen Foreman Senior. We kind of collabed together in creating this thing called ICU. And so we had this, yearly, I think it was even biannual concert, because we wanted our city to become acclimated to a lot more artists that were dope. And so one, I think our first one was bringing in Bizzle, and everybody on this side deeply respect him for um, his bold stance within the faith and within his music. How you can be bold in your Christianity, and really aim at the industry, and also be dope though. Like
Facts.
it's dead. Like he's dope. He's fire. So we wanted, our city to learn of him, and that's kind of when I met him in person. And as time went on, as people started to get on the God Over Money team, we would bring them in too. I always respected God Over Money because of the way they moved, as far as like being unapologetically Christian in their bars, but also being like fierce, like fire artist. And like developing relationships with them was cool over the years. Like I developed a great relationship with Selah. That's my brother. He get on my nerves like a brother. Dayton.
Y'all got some. Y'all got something dropping soon, don't y'all? Too. I've been seeing
We
you and
been
Selah hitting on something. What y'all got going?
we working on something pretty special. And I
Okay.
can't wait to share it. But it's gonna be a process. But yeah, develop relationship with Dayton and Bumps, and everybody has come through. Yeah, for the most part, everybody's come through Buffalo. And so the relationship was there first. I respected them, they respected me. And I know with Dayton and Selah, our relationships are a lot closer, because I would send them music like, yo, what you think about this? Like they would actually critique my work. And I respected them for that and being honest with me about my music. And I don't know, man, over time, relationship developed. I wasn't looking to be signed to no label. Music is my remedy. I didn't even expect to be in music business. I just did music because that's the way that I cope. So I created music, and I just kept creating music. I got critiqued, and so I went back into my cabinet and worked on things and got better, and tried to do better and be better and just grow. And so over the time, I know the conversation I had with Biz was that he noticed me, increasing in quality and things like that. And he really, I think overall it was character. I think that's what he was most in tune to, like who I was and what I was trying to do within my space. Like, yeah, I'm a good artist, but I think what he wanted was a woman who could stand among like some really heavy hitters, but who was about something more than just music. I think that's really what it was. And I was shocked that he wanted me to join the team. Honestly, I was shocked. I was like, oh shoot, okay, it's not really what I was looking for, but I respected the movement, and that's why I made the choice. It was more for the movement, and 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 the belief in what God Over Money stands for, and also the relationships that I had already built. So it wasn't just like, oh, I'm this new person. Everybody knew me already. They already my brothers, So being the only woman, a lot of people say being the only woman. I'm not the only woman. Shavana, who is Biz's wife, she's not a rapper per se on the label, but yo, she's a force behind God Over Money that people don't get to see all the time. She's a dope woman. Like she should be getting credit. Y'all should bring her on the show, but she should
It's
get a
done.
lot.
It's done. Yeah, we're gonna reach out. It's
if
done.
if she want to though. Wait.
Right. No,
if she
because
wants
we're gonna
to.
tell her you referred it.
Oops, sorry, Giovanna. But yo, she's a really dope woman and a great example of womanhood, in my opinion. So there's two women within God Over Money. She's the um co-president. I don't know what her title would be, and I'm sorry that I'm not sure, but she's a force. But being the only woman who raps among these guys, it's dope. I enjoy being the little sister. Understand that all throughout my life, I was always the only girl. I was a tomboy, you know. I was playing football, fumbly rumbly in the street, in the middle of the street, getting on the sidewalk when the cars come down. I was quick; nobody could take me down. Um, I was the only girl on the baseball team. I killed it in basketball. Uh, I'm used to being around a lot of guys. My cousins, we used to hang and chill. So I kind of have this. Um, I have this ability to kind of understand, you know, and kind of balance myself within that space. You know what I'm saying? So I feel comfortable, you know, and I feel protected. Yo, I feel very protected around my bros. They
That's
don't
good.
play. They do not play when it come to me. I noticed that. They don't play. So it's cool. It's definitely dope. And oh, one thing I want to
So
say
come
is
on.
I respect the fact that Biz respects my artistry. That's one thing I love a lot. You see, I ain't changed.
Hmm.
Came into this space. He ain't try to change me. He respected who I am and what I want to do, and he gave me the opportunity to be me. And that's I respect that a lot because you know how it is. People change when they get on labels.
That's real. So tell the people about the new project you about to drop. You know, the inspiration behind it before we get you out of here.
Yeah, no doubt. So, um, Souls Acrylic. Souls Acrylic is gonna drop January 29th. Like I said, 16 tracks on that joint. You're gonna expect some hip hop, jazz, and poetry. You're gonna expect my soul. I'm painting through my soul, if you will. So Souls acrylic paint, and it's the same kind of idea behind my last project, which was Blank Canvas. The idea that every song becomes a canvas, and I'm painting these portraits. I have a lot of different, um, you know, I have some features on there. I got Ishan on there, Biz is on there, Jared is on there, Selah's on there, um, and some family is on there, you know. So I tried to, not that I tried, I showcased me. You know, this is me. So when you hear the project, you'll hear my soul, you'll hear my heart.
We appreciate you rocking with us today. Hey,
No doubt.
listen, tell the people how they can connect with you, follow you, stream that good music, and also intro your latest single.
Yeah, no doubt. So you could join the journey on Instagram, social media, all of that good stuff. You can go to my website, aitheanomaly.com. Definitely Patreon. Patreon helps me support the next generation of young creatives, and that is what I care mostly about. You can support in that way. Basically, you can support in that way. So it's Patreon, you know, backslash AI the anomaly. Go check that out. You know, there's different tiers, different levels, different things. You can also join the email list. You know, just go to my Instagram page, click the link in the bio. Everything you need is right there, to lead you to wherever you got to go. So the single we're playing, what single? What single? The newest one?
Relentless, yes. Yeah,
Oh my
we got that
God.
fire. Come on now. You know we got that fire.
Yeah. So as it dropped.
Oh my God, Relentless. Yo, Relentless was birthed out of the time of this pandemic and the uncertainties of what was going on. Like I lost contracts, I lost certain opportunities, schools closed. That's the majority of my contracts working with young people, and it was uncertainty, but I had to shift, I had to pivot, and I had to trust and have faith in God, which is nothing new to me. I think that as Christians we have to be relentless, and we have to push, and endure times that are rough. And even though we don't hear God, or we feel like he's not speaking, understand he's always speaking through his word. You want to hear his voice, go to his word, open it up and read, and you'll hear what he's saying. You just have to have faith. So for this song, the hook becomes this chant and this cry out, like, yo, like I'm in a lion's den, I'm scared, and I'm in fear, and there's mountains, and what am I supposed to do? Bizzle's verse and my verse becomes that encouragement, like, yo, You keep going, you be relentless, you keep striving, pray, push, persevere, and in everything that you do, you go all in.
That's good. And listen, we were right there with you because you're talking to two DJs. So just think of all the money and opportunities we had to get canceled because we couldn't do shows last summer, weddings and banquets and everything else you can think of. So
And I
thank
had
you
to
for
stop
inspiring
hype
us
for a whole year and
for a whole year.
reprogram.
Yeah.
Yes. So listen. Hey, look, AI the Anomaly just dropped some gems. We got to get to this music break, and we'll be right back. You about to, she already introed it right now. You tuned into the Fixx.
The Fixx is in, yes sir.
Deep in the valley, down in the dungeon, lions lurking, faith not certain. I'm surrounded by the mountains here. I've been faithful, but I drown in fear.
I ain't never been up in the lion's den, but I sure had me a couple lion friends, and you would swear it was lions and tigers in a couple of the neighborhoods I resided in. There were few shooters, I was Iverson. Had to be crucified to die with a knife, flew the coop with Christ and truth. This was I to lie to him and not die to sin. Fell down, but I ain't stay. More like full time in the same day. No life felt like low life, may as well don't try. We didn't know if it the same way. Real talk can't fade. Feeling like I am unable to bounce back. Been to the bottom and made it about that. Willing to ride with a label of comrades with the most high road bike at your contact. I suggest if you live in this life and flesh between trife and righteousness, get it right. Repent, receive Christ, this life or death. I pray you choose right, my friend.
Deep in the valley, down in a dungeon, lions lurking, faith not certain. I'm surrounded by the mountains here. I've been faithful, but I drown in fear. You could tell the enemy I got that shimmy on me. I'm saturated in this favor, see this shimmy on me. In the middle of the trenches with a vengeance, shaking these demons I see. Clinching to the scriptures with a grip that will pop a top when I squeeze. Living life like never let go, let God. I'ma give it all I got like I empty my wallet. Dropping these coins in a bucket, crabs in a barrel. They pulling at my soul, finna throw down the gauntlet. Sovereignty's almighty, follow with all I can. Suffered enough, why would I ever give in? I fight till my end. He is my whole life. He conquers all my fears in my own eyes. He is the one I depend on for all my strength when I can't climb all of my steps. Peace when I climb it, heavy on rest. On knees when I get weak, here's my turn. In the battle with the beast and it's violent. Evil will try me, never will it bind me. Break me, shake me, it cannot take me. Tie me down to the chain link, sever them threads. With the daily, I flow bread when it's 10 peak. Yeah, I'm not bound to the valley. Yeah, shadow of death all behind me. Yeah, show no fear on a journey. Yeah, I know God be my army. Yeah, I fight out in the darkness. Yeah, he pick up on the main line. Yeah, I find joy in the lamplight. Yeah, order my steps for my whole life. Deep in the valley, down in the dungeon, lions lurking, faith not certain. I'm surrounded by the mountains here. I've been faithful, but I drown in fear.
It's alright, man. Cool. Woo. Thank you, Lord, for that new 24. Oh, I hit a switch and put some points up on the board. Oh, and if I miss, have mercy on my soul. That's another win, don't even check the score. Thank you, Lord, for a new 24. Another switch, but you know that's how it goes. But if I miss, have mercy on my soul. That's another win, I don't even check the, hold on. Tell me what's the move? I follow God, I don't follow y'all rules. They so surprised cause they thought that I was through. I'm back alive and I'm feeling brand new, cool.
Yeah, got another 24, that's another Kobe. Gotta give 100 so I make it up with Kobe. Gotta run another play, tryna win a Tony. This life could be gone in a flash, that's Adobe. Gotta thank the Most High for another morning. Mercy knew I ain't no Uber about to pull up on me. Praying that you pull it and go pull up on the homies. Yeah, gave a new day, so I'm gon' get it. Working hard for my kids and it's no kidding. Not a hot boy, but I got a cold missus. Album sounding like divorce, got no misses. We all got 24, hope you don't miss it.
Thank you, Lord, for that new 24. Oh, I hit a switch and put some points up on the board. Oh, but if I miss, have mercy on my soul. That's another win, I don't even check the, hold on. Tell me what's the move? I follow God, I don't follow y'all rules. They so surprised cause they thought that I was through. I'm back alive and I'm feeling brand new, cool. Turn my new mercies to mercy a lot go. I've been in the jungle trying to hang on to what I know. I know it show up in the dark with the light show. I know mama got me covered, pray for my soul. I done took some risks and I came out clean. I done lost some friends, had to rebuild my team. Had to swap out my jersey, brush up my game, had to show restraint. They was throwing dirt on my name. We all got the same 24. What you doing with it? I've been getting paid, catching plays. I got new incentives. I got a new 24. Jump in the whip, make it go. I'm feeling new on my soul. I gotta put on a show. I stay prayed up to reset. I'm finna run up a check. I know who calling the plays. I'm taking the shots. It's number net. I gotta move like it's chess. I'm doing more saying less. I got some time invested. My double cup over running with blessings. Hold on. Tell me what's the move? I follow God. I don't follow y'all rules. They so surprised cause they thought that I was through. I'm back alive and I'm feeling brand new, cool.
I was good with it, baby. It's your boy Cool Joe Man out of Louisiana. You're now locked in with Coalition Kingdom DJs. Man, y'all no coalition got to sit on lock, man. Quit playing.
My weapons focus on the enemy, don't put my mouth on people. Celebration for the run and keep the motive kingdom. No opening, no ego, and one moniker is dripping. No chicken heads but eagles and nothing but love is given. Pressing through transition when everything is shifting. Hypersensitivity hitting a little different. Padded to hit with ignorance and running in the brick walls. Wrestling with price tags and questioning the call. Talent take a back, see what's popping with that walk. How salty is your salt and how transparent is that talk? Cause there's a need to see a season bring from good stuff. Equipped for fixing breaches and sprinkling seeds talks. Command the heavenlies on behalf of the broken lost. Overthrow depression, I letting go of the rock. Bitterness in the heart starts bitching and getting hot. This deliverance from God and your position is a part or a part of a greater word. Take away debating over church. Dang it, settle your search. Get your hip replaced and get to work. We never been rappers. Mixing up the method with the ID that I disease. Bananas in the tailpipe, poor hygiene. Yet I lean on the everlasting. Why everything you feel led to do always render in detachment. Folly making fragments. Divorces from attachments that leave us in a bracket of addicts to handy habits. Get us right, Lord. Break us from the inside. Bring life, Lord. Moving what you're made to do it. Show up with a timely word, right, Lord. Break us from the inside. Bring life, Lord. Moving what you're made to do and show up with a timely word.
I ain't trying to be the goat, I'm trying to be the sheep. One that got rid of the moat so that I can see. I ain't trying to be like Nicki, but I'm next to Meek. Yep, Xing out the old man like he's Safari. Call me petty, but I parted with my past. Repented once I found the Lord stretched out like elastic. I retracted all my bad acting, wreaking havoc on the lavish grace of God. I was lacking. Here's what happened. He transformed my lukewarm, removed my X-Men through storms. Hallelujah, got my sword, fishing for men for different purposes. I'm certain living, worshiping His holy name is worth the end of my story. I'm in glory like the OR. Brought it to Seattle, peep the ladies with the dope bars. Christ in the highs and lows, just like the ballets. Got the keys to hell and death and out finale.
Here come the lioness, riding it like a pilot. The Bessie Coleman, I'm flying, a pioneer of the all nights. Emitting light and ignite life like dynamite. I'm screaming, run to the light, quick like Caroline. With torches light in the night sky, it's a call to Christ. I be that vessel, nothing special, give it all my might. I got that doctrine in the kettle, hear that whistle strike. Scriptures blow through the metal, aim like iron sights. Kill the flesh with the special spiritual Remington. Keep the spiritual fit, doctrinal venison. Switch up the regimen, here's to the new specimen. Unified with a team and they all strapped with the testament. 39 in the old, 27 in the new. So with that 266, you know how we gon' shoot. And if the truth is how we live, you see that proof in the roof. Go ahead, pay attention, what y'all girl gon' do. Iron shot for iron, man, that's excellence required. So the squad been cutting ties, cause those circles never thriving. I got the eyes in line when I'm reminded they complying by the power of the divine. In the work of my G5. God's image spitting convo, give it dope flow. Foreign ensemble, man, I'm live on professing that I'm loving thyself. That be a mind blown confession. Yo, I'm blushing, I'm a system, but them symptoms resist on it. For that I had to dig deep. Shovel metal 6 feet. Berry beat resembles something fearing is a kill greed. Them low-fi solidified, that part of life that had to die. Like trash in time or reaching peace in mind instead of suicide. Devil savage state of mind. Jesus be a palisade. Palisade, my fail safe be ever faith and word of God. Keep safe, be free, no lock. So I'ma stay, no I'ma stop. But either way,
that we working with.
You know it's west side from me, west side from me, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. You say you got me, but you not me. I should've known better to like it. See you toxic, about to make me catch your body. I'm feeling naughty, pulling up on this Bugatti, we getting rowdy. And I ain't leaving unless I take you what I came for. What you think I put in blood, sweat, and tears for? Tired of knocking, now we busting down the back door. Ain't no capping in my rap, that's what I'm act for. Yeah, you don't know the pain that I've been holding in. Know that if I lose it, then I let you in. Lord, I need you to forgive me of my sin. Cause I'm about to empty every single clip. Yeah. 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 Only interested was on my wrist. Like 1 at 12, you was playing Judas Kids. You been taking shots, Jesus made sure all they miss. Wait for me to fall, but I'm standing 12-6. Ooh, what you mean? I would say congratulations with a B. Hit each one of them, I'm taking out the T. That's what happens when you try to mess with me. It's Major League. I'm staying solo, yeah. Vision always bigger in a logo. You was sleep dreaming, I'm awake, it's in my foco. When I meditate, I levitate, this at my dojo. Reach a different level, sugar shaking like a Rolo. Went from thinking legend, now the people know the logo. You ain't about to come and take it from me, that's a no-no. Nah, that's a no-no. Why? You know it's west side from me. You know it's west side from me. Yeah. You say you got me, but you not me. I should've known better to like it. See you toxic, about to make me catch your body. I'm feeling naughty, pulling up on this Bugatti, we getting rowdy. And I ain't leaving unless I take you what I came for. What you think I put in blood, sweat, and tears for? Started knocking, now we busting down the back door. Ain't no capping in my rap, that's what I'm act for. Yeah. Ooh. You don't know the pain that I've been holding in. Know that if I lose it, then I let you in. Lord, I need you to forgive me of my sins. Cause I'm about to empty every single clip. Yeah. Legend. Yeah. Oh, you know it's west for me. You know it's west for me. Yeah.
Man, I know this man ain't finna go up the street and get the garbage from these dudes. Yeah, you come here. Come here, bro. Come here. Son, I want you to try.
Word, it's no counterfeit, we out in it. Asking for fillers and God buys, yo, we out of it. No need to lock the barricade. We surrounded it, you shake the ground a bit. We know you scared from the sound of it. The pen strapped in my saddlebag with plenty raps. You ask how many balls, well let me check what the semi has. Nah, it's just a metaphor, I'm just messing, y'all. Trying to wean you off the bad substance like methadone. Here's a few milligrams, 16 will get you off. No need to check the cost, it's on me, so it's not a loss. Can always re-up with my supplier. Just one of many buyers, not quiet, so anyone can find them. I'm just serving this product, the block is my assignment. Got the fixing time and breaking bondage from your mind's confinement. I'm reminded of a time when I wasn't the one enlightened. Now I'm off topic, just checking if you wanna try it.
Bruh, I know you wasn't going up the street. Man, they got that garbage, bruh. But this right here, this is how you ain't coming down from. This that good work, bro. Go ahead, good. Try it.
Yeah, Menace Gang, we up in this thing. To witness to the sinner sitting in his pain.
spitting for the quitter, living in disdain. Sipping on his liquor, finna stick his vein with a syringe. I try some meth, pills of weed, hoping to escape reality or just fulfill a need. Allow me to make this small point, but this small point is potent. It's like the sting of a killer bee. Dog, why would you willingly continue this cycle? It is temporary, cause the feeling flees and you feel deceived. See what we're pushing will indeed heal disease and deliver you from your slavery. You'll be feeling free. Listen, homie, don't be a ding dong. You hear these artists glorify drug abuse when they sing songs, but don't take the path these stars trek like a Klingon, cause they end up with monkeys on their backs bigger than King Kong. Why waste another minute of your lives? The world is always claiming that the limit is the sky. Well, I am here to tell you, just forget it, it's a lie. Jesus is the rock we're pitching, ain't no limit to this high. It is grace, mercy, and forgiveness he provides. We are all guilty, but we can be acquitted in his eyes. You can bring your pain and just submit it on to God. He will bear your heavy burdens, you can kiss it all goodbye. That's that good work. Yo, don't fall out now. See, I told you, bro. I told you, you ain't ever gotta go up the street to get that garbage again, bro. I got you, bro. This that good work. This a high you ain't never coming down from, bro. You set for life, bro. And that was free of charge. Free 99, good brother. Go ahead, man. Go on your way. Be blessed. We got you. Make sure you tell your friends to come see me, cause we got that good work. You feel me? Menace Cat.
Welcome back. You're tuned back into the Fixx, your source of faith-infused hip-hop, R&B, and poetry. Just came off a music set. We started it off with the dope rhyme spitter, AI the Anomaly, with that new Relentless featuring Bizzle. We also played a new track from Swoop, man. Swoop back out making tracks Rico Suave. So I was pumped when Swoop put out that new 24 featuring Aha Gazelle. So yeah, that's a spitter. And also played some Joey Jewis, Rhyme and Roses Cypher, and that was just Menace Movement that just went off. Good work. So welcome back, man. Listen, there's so much I want to unpack from that AI conversation, Suave. I feel like she dropped so many gems, and she's just what really surprised me about her is just her being so her willingness not to be selfish and really give back to her community. We talk about it all the time on the show, of really being like that beacon of light within your own community, streets that you walk, neighborhoods that you walk and you live at. And she is using her platform in a major way to educate and inspire the next generation. So that was like, that's, we just let her, that was a little extended one. Everybody listen to this, that was an extended interview. We just kind of let her go. Your thoughts, Suave?
Oh, granted, it was only like 10 minutes over, but the interview, it was very impactful, because if you know AI, if you follow AI, uh, the music for her is really just a release, and everything that she does it for is to actually not only release for herself, but so she can gain more resources to give back. And like, she's big on it. Make sure you do go follow AI the Anomaly. Visit the website. Join the Peloton, the Patreon. That's patreon.com/AI the Anomaly, is all one word. Support her movement, man. Like, buy some merchandise, get some information. Because when you support Patreon, you actually support that artist that you're linked to. So make sure you go do that, man. She talked a lot, and in a sense, when she mentioned the dark room, the dark room is where photographers go, where they're in the dark and they got this red light, and they go there to develop film. But if you think about it, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go into this whole preacher mode. You think about it, the dark room is your life. You're gonna hit these dark spaces that's going on. You are that blank page. But in order for God to do His work and add the resources, the people, the relationships, the churches, the music, those chemicals He needs to actually create you, he has to sit you into this dark room to do so. And when he do that, he take that negative film that he has, place it onto this empty canvas with those chemicals, or what we call in the resources and relationships, to develop who you are. So what you are now, the beautiful artwork that's created to move about life, you were created and developed in this dark room. So look at life as a photograph. You develop it from the negative, most definitely. So sorry I had to do that.
No, you cool. You cool. I'm glad you gave that, because that was very key. And I think she's such a dope artist, such a dope creative. You definitely, like Swab said, follow her, support her. If you want to donate to her, please. That's we're going to donate to her Patreon, because we believe she is good ground, and we understand that the next generation will be the next leaders of our free world country. And of course,
speaking of free world country.
Yeah, go ahead, Swab. I really didn't want to, but we are media. We got to cover it. So let's talk about it.
Speaking of the free world country, you know some of your 9x5 president, 40 plus 5, number 45. This man has gathered his troops. He may not have done it physically, but with his words and his actions, he have gathered all these people that have been planning this for at least 2 weeks, that they will storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, which is the day that the House or the Senate will actually solidify or certify who the winning person is for the presidency. Georgia votes are all came in. They all poured in. The 2 candidates for Georgia that were needed for the House for us to turn that state blue, we got. So they voted, boom, we got them in. Now, like, yo, it is certified, solidified, and it is true now that President-elect Joe Biden is officially the winning candidate. He already knew what was going to happen. Yo, if I lose January 6th, y'all got to storm the U.S. Capitol. And that's exactly what happened. About 5 p.m., which normally happy hour time, people getting off of work. You had people traveling to Washington, D.C. to actually storm the U.S. Capitol. You had people urinating on the Capitol stairs. You had people defecating defecating in the hallways of the U.S. Capitol, spreading feces all over the hallways. This is disgusting. They're looting the U.S. Capitol for podiums and paintings, destroying property, entering and breaking and entering into different offices. And at the same time, they was tearing down barricades. Where was the security and Capitol Police at this time? But this past summer, you had a Black Lives Matter movement who was peacefully walking and sitting outside the stairs. They weren't even on the stairs. You had armies of patrol on these stairs with riot gear. Yet you weren't aware of this that was going on when he mentioned this on Twitter multiple times. When the Proud Boys were told to stand by. Like, what was going on with Congress that they didn't prepare for this? But then I realized, you don't ask, and yep, this is the fix, so I'm gonna say it. You don't ask where Miley Cyrus is when you got Hannah Montana in the room. Bruce Wayne don't go ask him where Batman is. They're one of the same. So we're asking where the police at during the Trump rallies, during this riot. They were actually in the riot themselves, taking selfies with some of these people. 4 people were killed, multiple injuries. They say about 52 people were arrested. Will charges be filed? Will they have to serve time? Will they have a record? Like, what is going on, or what will be done to these people? You got Confederate flags being waved in our U.S. Capitol, along with our American flag. You got Trump 2020 flags flying around in our U.S. Capitol. You got what they call the QAnon flag. You have the Christian flag. You didn't even know there was a Christian flag, and I'm a Christian. Then you got the flag that say "Don't tread on me." Those flags were basically done away with years ago during Civil War. So now you got on this Wednesday, January 6th, 2021, people storming the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. about 5 p.m. At the same time, you got them climbing walls, climbing the stairs, breaking doors, blasting out windows. But you were offended, outraged, pissed off at one black brother who decided to take a knee, which was Colin Kaepernick, because he wanted to silently protest police brutality. Where are you now when your people break into the U.S. Capitol? It's no longer a protest when you cause damage. You complained about looting for us, looting wasn't the problem. We weren't looting because we could. We looted because we needed to. We knew what hurts you, your pockets. We knew what you were going to pay attention to, your pockets. For you to get your attention, we had to loot. You weren't paying no attention to any other part of the protest, but you paid attention to the looting. Where were you at now? Your people stormed the U.S. Capitol to loot, to damage property, to defecate in the hallways in which our lawmakers roam, to spread feces across picture flags and other properties in this sacred building of our government. Where were you at the time that your 45th president caught a tantrum, and instead of him telling you to stand down, walk away, leave it alone, it's wrong, he decided to say he loved you? Thank you for being patriotic. When all in all, you were a domestic terrorist. All because you lost fair and square. The same government that was created for you to win was the same government you lost in, fair and square.
Yeah, I was definitely saddened by everything. I was saddened by everything. I'm be honest with you. I was definitely saddened by everything. You would think we were living in some third world country or China where, stuff like that goes on all the time because of the way control. But this is supposed to be the, land of the free, home of the brave. And yes, I do agree with a lot of the points you made. Only thing I will say, just at least for me personally, I understand the whole reason of when when people were marching over the summer for the Black Lives Matter. Absolutely understand the movement, and that I do not agree with the looting. I understand what the looting is for, but I do not agree with looting. Me personally, that's just my personal preference. I don't think we should be looting. I think we should peacefully protest to get our point across. But it is, I understand the frustration. Like I say, I don't agree with it, but I do understand the frustration of us continuing to have this conversation on equality, just equality, just a standard. When you talk about entitlement, we understand that unfortunately, a lot of the Trump supporters and Trump themselves, walk in a lane of entitlement and think they can do whatever they want to do without repercussions. I was very saddened though like you said, to your point of, you had thousands of people there. I don't know how many, the exact number, but I know it was very, when I looked on the news, it was droves of people there marching through Capitol Hill. And I was looking around and I was dumbfounded, like, where is all the security? I mean, ain't no National Guards here. I mean, where is all? I'm looking around. I'm like, I can't believe. Wait a minute, they're jumping over. They're going over the wall. Where is the security at? I say, ain't no tear gas being thrown. Ain't no way in the world. And then the one video they had on social media, they was clowning the poor security guard from running from them. I'm like, man, oh man, come on. This ain't even cool. And I don't care what race, what color was at that point. I'm just being honest. Definitely, we understand. We saw that the majority were white people and not people of color. But at that point, it didn't matter what color you were. That was just totally disrespectful. That was just like, it's unacceptable. Like, what are we doing? That's unacceptable. We all have we all are charged with the responsibility of being a responsible citizen for this America. We're all charged with that. That's a given. You're born here. You understand that you should do right with your citizenship and being a person who was born in America. Treat it with respect. Absolutely. We always come to disagreements when we talk about politics and what side, whether left or right, we want to be with, or policies and how Congress and the House put forth policies. Absolutely. We can always have those arguments and conversations. But just the overall decency of taking care of our country, we're all charged to do that. We're all charged to do that. And it was terrible. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was like a host. I'm be honest with you, Rico. When I was looking at this, I'm like, I even asked my wife, I say, is this for real? Is this really for real? So yeah, for me, I definitely was saddened. And I don't even know what to say. I was very, definitely, I think, I don't understand why Trump would want to leave the office in this way. And has he even come forth and made any statement?
He made a statement that day, right as it was ending, to tell him, like, basically when he told him that he loved him, thank you for being patriotic.
That's not patriotic,
right?
So let's be very clear. That's not patriotic.
He was like, yeah, I know that we lost. Although we lost a rigged election, all that stuff. Like, that's what he said. So basically, I think everybody who was there, whether you black, white, Latino, all those who were there, who were rioting at the U.S. Capitol, you have committed treason. By definition, you are now a treacherous citizen. You have committed treason. By definition, treason is the crime of betraying one's country, especially by attempting to kill the sovereign or the president or overthrow the government. You did that. That was your intention when you went into the U.S. Capitol on that day for that exact purpose. You literally held those congressmen and congresswomen, those Congress people, hostage when you went into that U.S. Capitol, because you had people who were armed, which I don't know, like, how to even get past it. Like, where were the snipers at on the roof? Like, it's a U.S. government, it's a government building. Like, I don't even know.
Like, yes, I was thrown off too by that. I was thrown off by that.
It's crazy. what was all that before? Like, granted, we have had multiple peaceful protests. Every peaceful protest we have, y'all ignored, or y'all caused us more problems. Y'all caused us more damage than us. That's why the looting started. Y'all all, like, anytime we do a peaceful protest, police come out and try to manhandle us for exercising our First Amendment right to assemble, right to protest. Like, where was that at on January 6th? It was ridiculous.
Well, we'll definitely have some more details next week on this issue, because we still have to talk about it a little bit. We are getting ready for a new president to enter a new president and vice president to enter the office coming up in a few weeks here. Listen, we appreciate y'all rocking with us again today. Listen, definitely shouts out to AI the Anomaly from God Over Money. Definitely go follow her on all her social media platforms. Stream her music. Her new single Relentless is out right now featuring Bizzle. It's a certified banger. It's inspirational. And it's just a certified banger. Let's just be real. Definitely go over there and support our sister. Of course, support the whole God Over Money camp. Listen, support us too as well. We are actually getting ready to do a lot. We're getting ready to host different concerts, events. We're doing a lot. So definitely, if you want to be a sponsor, email us at thefixradioshow@gmail. That's DAFIXX radioshow@gmail.com. If you want to partner with us to be a sponsor, we're looking to put out dope content. We're looking to also put out some great events coming up for 2021. So we definitely could appreciate your support, sponsors, and donations, so that way we can put on dope events for the community. We're getting ready to do a giveaway. You know how we do it. We start the year off with a couple giveaways. So follow us on Instagram at @thefix_radio for our giveaways. We're going to do a YouTube giveaway too as well. Swab, why they not following us on YouTube yet, man? Tell them about YouTube, man.
Man, if y'all not follow us on YouTube, something is wrong, man. Go follow us on YouTube, The Fixx Radio Show. What you're gonna do? You're gonna go to The Fixx Radio Show. You're gonna hit subscribe. Click that bell so you can get notified every time we upload videos and our exclusive interviews. And then you can be actually entered to win any of our contests that we do for YouTube subscribers only.
Facts. So you definitely want to do that. Also follow me and Rico Suave, DJ Rico Suave, and also DJ Focus on Clubhouse. We are on the Clubhouse app. We are networking. We are building great relationships. You can follow me every week, Monday through Friday, 1:30 to 3:30 on New Music Review. I'm on there critiquing music with Coalition Kingdom DJs and a lot of good creatives, A&R artists, A&R managers, and a little bit of everybody. If anybody knows anything about Clubhouse, you never know who might be in the room on Clubhouse. Artists, if you have music you want to submit to us to play, to be considered to play, send it to our email, thefixradioshow@gmail. We're looking for new music, always looking for new music. But listen, make sure it's in order. Don't send us, some of you artists, I've had to send stuff back to you. Do your due diligence and do the business side of it. Make sure your single that you send us is at least mixed and mastered. You'd be surprised how people send me unfinished work. We can't play a song that hasn't been properly mixed and mastered. We want to put out good quality for you to represent you. So just think about that. Also, make sure you're not sending us a freestyle that you did over a lease beat. FCC doesn't allow for us to play those type of tracks on our show. So absolutely keep that for your IG page or your YouTube channel if you just want to put that out there. But you have to have a beat that you have the rights to, just on the business side. But that's the beautiful thing about it. This is what I'm saying. Join us on Clubhouse. So you artists who maybe don't have the knowledge on that can get the knowledge that you need. And if you need artists, if you need consultation, the Fixx Radio Show does have consultation packages going right now. Artists, we have service packages right now that will get your single, get your music to a bigger level. We are Spotify, Tidal, YouTube curators. We're also virtual concert curators. So don't sleep on us. Y'all need to reach out to us, hit us in the DM, email us. We can have packages that are affordable and that will bless you and be able to get your artistry to the next level. Wow. Remember, stay focused on turning your negative into a positive. Jesus is the answer. Kingdom advances.
Fixx is in. Yes, sir.
We out.